Hello sewing friends! Today I'm starting a really exciting new upcycling project involving loads of tote bags. I went around my house a couple of days ago and discovered that I had tons of tote bags. These are literally like falling out of my ears. They are in almost every single drawer I look in the house, and some of them I literally haven't seen for years. They've just been sat there doing nothing. So I decided what would be better than upcycling them into something new. I'm planning on making a quilted jacket, I think. So that's the plan and we will see how it goes. I actually had tons more of these. This is just a handful that I've decided would look quite nice. They have nice designs and decorations on the bag. A lot of them were from runs, so I do a lot of running, and a lot of them were from like 10Ks as gifts given out. There's also lots of kind of marketing ones from events I've been to or that my partner's been to, and they've been handing out their bags, different companies. And there's also a few from university, and there's some that I've got in shops where instead of giving plastic bags, they were handing out tote bags at one point. There's also some charity ones, and there's just like a really good selection here. So I'm hoping I can quilt them together and form something beautiful. So the jacket I'm planning on making is the Sonny or Sonny jacket by Tilly and the Buttons, and I have actually made it before and it's here. It actually smells a bit because it's just been kind of in a box in the back of my wardrobe. I haven't actually worn it, I'll admit. I made this as a pattern test actually when I was testing the pattern, and I don't like it that much. I don't like the green needle cord fabric, and it has just been sat in a cupboard and now it smells really bad. I love the lining though. The skull lining is very cool. But yeah, I'm taking this off now, it really smells. So I'm gonna make the Sonny jacket in a slightly larger size than I previously did. So it's gonna be slightly oversized, I think. Although I'm not really sure. I kind of just sized up because I'm quilting it. So I thought it might need a bit more room because it'll be like thicker. Not really sure. Don't have a super like big plan for this project. Apart from that, I want to make a jacket. So I think the first thing I'm going to do is lay out the pieces and then lay out the tote bags on top and decide what designs I want where. And the biggest piece is the back piece, and then you've got like the side and the front. So for the back piece, I really want to choose like a big, nice design. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. So here I am looking at all the pattern pieces and deciding which designs I want from the bags on which area of the jacket. I then started unpicking all the bags, which was quite a lengthy process. I don't remember exactly how long it took me, but I remember watching a lot of TV during this time. And to speed up the process, I did rip the seams where possible, and that meant I had a load of thread that I needed to pick up off the bags. So one of my favourite tricks is to use a lint roller just to get all those bits of thread off. Then I made sure to iron all the tote bags because some of them had literally just been scrunched in a drawer for years, so I needed to get them nice and pressed. Then came squaring up the pieces so that I could end up sewing the tote bags together, and then they would be big enough to actually cut the pattern pieces out of. Then I was drawing on the quilting lines originally with this friction pen, but it was leaving some marks on my black fabric after ironing, so I switched to just plain white chalk. Okay, I thought I would just do a really quick update of where I am with the jacket project. I've been piecing together a load of these tote bags to make sure that they are the correct size for the pattern pieces. For example, this is going to be, I think it was either the back or the front yoke, I can't remember, but I've been piecing together all the pieces of the tote bags, and then I realised that I didn't have quite enough. I'd unpicked most of the tote bags, but I needed one more. So I unpicked this one, which I feel like a bit of a cheat because I didn't actually do this 10K. It was my partner that did it. So, but I will be using it. And there was one tote bag that I really didn't want to cut up. So I haven't cut up this RSPCA one. Because I feel like the sentiment on this is very me. I just love animals. So that was like going to be a last resort. So I think I can fit everything out of all these tote bags now. I cover all the pieces now, including the facings. I'm not going to line the jacket because I'm already quilting it, and I'm just using a plain black polycotton to quilt it. And I'm using this like wavy stitching, which I hope looks good. I can't really tell. This is going to be a front, I think. I could be completely delusional. This could turn into a big disaster and just look awful. So then I went back to more quilting. I didn't count the exact number of hours, but it took hours and hours, and it was so long. Hello and welcome to my cutting table, alternatively known as my kitchen counter. Here I've got like this pile of quilted pieces of fabric that I've pulled together over the past week or so, and I've also been left with a few scraps here which I might try and make patch pockets out of after, but we'll see. But today's goal is to cut out all the pieces. I'm going to start with the back piece because it's the biggest piece. Also, my quilted pieces all have these white chalk lines all over them. Hopefully it's going to come out whilst I'm working with the pieces, otherwise I'm going to just like scrub them out. But I was using friction pens and it was leaving marks on my black fabric, so that wasn't great. So I switched over to chalk. I was about to make a huge mistake and I'm so glad I just spotted it. So I already have one center front bodice this way and the other one needs to be the opposite way around, and I almost cut them the exact same. So I need to flip this pattern piece over. That was so close. two opposite pieces. Whew. Two front yokes with the collar. Instead of cutting two pieces, I'm just going to cut one, and then I'm going to bind it with bias binding because the back is already nice and quilted, so I don't want to cover the lovely quilting on the back. I'm accumulating a lot of scrap and I'm going to be using this all. It's not going to go to waste. I'm thinking maybe a draft excluder for winter because winter's approaching fast. Two side fronts. Okay, I'm gonna cut out the sleeves and then I'm done. I decided to round the collar, so here I'm just marking and cutting it into a round shape. The original pattern had a pointed collar. And then I pinned and sewed bias binding to the entire outside of the collar. Okay, this is the almost finished jacket. So this is basically what it's going to look like. It's so nearly finished. So what I have left to do is, as you can tell, the sleeves are a bit long, and that is because in the pattern you would fold them up to hem them, but I'm not going to do that because of bulk, because this is quilted. So I'm going to chop them down by 1 inch or 2, and then I'm going to put bias binding around them. And I'm really pleased with how this jacket has come out. Oh, also binding around the hem. So I've cut it to the right length. So it is the right length, but it needs to be bound with bias binding to stop it fraying, to hem it. I could put buttons down the front if I wanted to, but I'm kind of liking this look. So I might leave it like this. And also there are still some chalk marks that I need to get out. Most of them have kind of faded as I've been sewing the pieces together, but there are a few that I need to just like wash out. And this is what it looks like from the back. Overall, I'm really pleased with this, but I don't think I'd undertake this project again. It took so long. The longest thing was the quilting. The quilting took absolutely forever, just like quilting all the pieces together before I could even cut out the pattern was painful. I think I'll be leaving quilting for a while and going back to it maybe after I've made my wedding dress, which is the next big project I have to do. Although my wedding's not till next summer, so I've got time. It will all be fine. That's what I keep telling myself every single day. It's going to be fine. I'm going to do the dress. It's going to be fine. So anyway, this make was part of the Sew Upcycle 2025 challenge. So the Sew Upcycle challenge is run by Becky from Notes from the Sewing Room and Karen from So Little Time, and I will link their channels and their Instagram pages below. The challenge is to make a garment or a bag for yourself or someone else and it has to be from an old tablecloth, a curtain, bedspread, or a old unworn make, or a ready-to-wear piece of clothing, or something else, but basically just not fabric or fabric scraps or remnants. So I think tote bags totally count. They were literally just sitting in a drawer. So you have to post your photo on Instagram on the 31st of October and make sure you tag Becky and Karen. Again, I will link their handles down below. And yeah, so on the 31st on Instagram, hopefully your feed will be flooded with upcycled makes. I've just realised as well, like the facing probably needs tacking down because it has been hanging out this whole time. If you have made it this far in the video, first of all, huge congratulations. I think this is one of the longest videos I've made, probably due to how long this jacket has taken. It's probably taken almost a month. Also, maybe you want to hit that subscribe button down below if you want to see more videos like this. And if you liked it, please click that like button down below. Let me know your upcycling plans in the comments down below. I actually have a ton more upcycling projects on my list, so maybe they will be here in the future. But for now, thank you for watching and I will see you in the next one. Happy sewing! Bye!